Hey learners, welcome back to Fully Excited for Learning. So today we are going to do the project Monkey Go Happy 1. Okay, so let's get started. And firstly, thank you so much for the 150 subscribers, and this was just possible because of all your support. Okay, thank you so much. So now let's get into the video. First, this is the specific task to complete, and this is a project that I have made. So when I press the play button, as you can see, the survival time, it's increasing as you go forward as the frame rate. So, and once you jump, then what will happen, you get a point. If you touch the banana, then you'll get a point. And I haven't coded anything like what will happen if it touches the stone or the rock obstacle, because they haven't said anything to do about it, but they have said that you have to increase the score. So they said that to create the variables, so I thought that I'll just create the score. But and they haven't told in Monkey Go Happy 1 about anything what to do if the monkey touches the obstacle. So I haven't made anything with that. So you can see that it just freely crosses like that, just going. Okay, so now let's get into the project. Firstly, I've created the variables monkey, monkey running, banana, banana image, obstacle, obstacle image, food group, obstacle group, score, ground, and survival time. Okay, so what a monkey is a variable for this. And one more thing, what we need usually is we do like monkey image or monkey animation. So that's what we did, monkey underscore running, which means that there's the animation for making the monkey look like it's like walking. As you can see, it's like kind of walking, right? So for making it look like it's walking, we have to do something. They have already finished everything that what we have to do. Sorry. So this was already given, they have loaded the images already. So we don't need to do anything, but whenever we apply this, suppose we are applying monkey, yeah, here, then we should really remember this one thing. I have also faced many problems regarding this, that I usually, what I do is that I have never used an animation. So what I do is that I just added like image. So instead of add animation, I keep add image like a regular image. But it is not right. It doesn't show like it's walking. Okay, so and monkey running is a syntax. So first you have to keep a variable. It doesn't matter if even if you keep a b c d whatever at xyz, it doesn't really matter. You have to keep something, and you don't need to declare that variable as well. Okay, so I just kept it monkey underscore running, and then we have to keep the variable, or we have to write down the variable in which we have stored the image. Okay, that's a syntax. For adding a image, we don't need to keep we don't need to like keep a variable or write a variable before actually adding it. But for adding animation, we have to, otherwise it doesn't show the animation. Just I'll show you what will happen. See, the monkey itself is not seen. So that's the reason. So we have to add this. Now you'll see the monkey. Now we'll go accordingly. So banana image equals to load image banana.png. So all the pngs are given right here. For the images is given right here, banana.png, and everything is already given. Next, obstacle image, we have to load the images like always, like in every project how we load the image, like that only. Okay, next, food group equals to new group. So we are creating a group. Okay, so why are we creating the group? So that there are many bananas, they just keep passing, but for making a variable for each banana come, it's really hard. And if you want to say that if monkey dot is touching banana 1, banana 2, it will be a long process. So that's the reason what we have to do is that we have to add all the bananas in common in the food group. Okay, or banana group, whatever you name it. Okay, so I have selected food group. Next, banana image. Yeah, now we have loaded it, and the same goes. There are many stones coming, so that's the reason we have to add a like a group to make them all run the function. Okay, now function setup. Create canvas 670 comma 400. So I liked 670 comma 400. I felt it was really good. So it's up to you if you want it little big, little small. It doesn't really like canvas. You can choose whatever. I selected 670 comma 400. It suited me, like it looked good. That's the reason. Okay. Next, we have to define the score and survival time. So right here we have added the score variable. So then we have to define it. So what is score? Score equals to 0. And what is survival time? Survival time equals to 0. Okay. So when you apply it or like write it in text, then how will it show? It will start from the number 0. And if you keep score equals to 1, then let's see what will happen. See, the score will start with the number 1. Why? Because I'll show you. I have written over here that text score plus score. Okay, so I have written that in this space the score will be seen. So I have written the score should be seen. And what are we saying the score is? The score is 1. So it's starting with the number 1. And if I touch it, then it will become 2 as usual, because I've written that score equals to score plus 1. So 1 plus 1 is 2. The same. But they have said that, and it's also meaningful to make the score start from 0, right? That's the reason I kept that. I defined it as 0. Now you'll see that it starts from the number 0. Now I've also created ground sprite. That means the place where it will rest. Here, as you can see, this is the ground, and it's walking on that freely. So it's a place to collide, so that doesn't fall down. Okay. So ground equals to create sprite 0, 400, 1500, 10. I just made it 1500 the exposition so that it goes like forever. Actually, yeah. So that's the reason I kept it 1500. I thought that it would be safer if it's a bigger number. So now you can see that 0. That means it should start from the very bottom. Okay. And 400 is the 0 is the exposition. That means it should start from the very left. And 400 means it should start from the very bottom of the canvas. Okay. So like it starts from like the bottom left corner. Okay. And then it just like that. It just prints it like that. And then the width of the ground is 10. So I just selected 10. You can keep it 20 or 15, whatever you wish. Next. So this is the ground. I have created it, but I haven't said anything about that the monkey should collide. I've just created it. Monkey equals to create sprite. So I have created the sprite 90, 370, 10, 10. So 90 is the X position and 370 is the Y position. Okay. So I wanted it to the left, and so I wanted it to like little bit to the left, and 370 is the bottom. So I wanted it like that. And 10, 10 actually doesn't matter. Even though you write 100, 100, the sprite won't change. Why? Because we are adding an animation to it. And I've already told in my previous videos that even though you keep like if you change in the width and height of create sprite, it doesn't change the sprite if you have added the animation to it. Okay. To scale it or to resize it, you have to use this code. Monkey.scale is equals to 0.1. Okay. So now we'll go, like I've told you, monkey.add animation, not add image, add animation. Okay. And while loading also, it should be load animation, not load image. Okay. Now I've scaled it to 0.1 because the monkey was too big. Okay. Function draw. background equals to green. So green looks like a little forest. That's the reason I choose green. So it's up to you that which color you choose. Okay, so doesn't now if you want it as plain white or you want it red, I chose green. Okay, if key down space and monkey.y is more than or equal to 350, then monkey.velocity y equals to -10. So what it means that whenever I press the space key, monkey is jumping. Okay, so if key down space, that means if key down space and monkey.y is more than 350 or equal to 350, then only this space, then only monkey.velocity y, that means it will jump a little. Now if I don't add this, let's see what will happen. What will happen is that it will just go forever, see, and we don't want that. So we want it not to jump like into the skies and out of the galaxy. We don't want that. So that's the reason we have to add this monkey.y. If monkey.y is greater than, so 350 is somewhat like here, not sure, so it shouldn't cross that. That's the reason we have. So as you go down y position, as the y position goes down, so the number increases, right? Now the last is 400. So I've coded that it should be more than. So if the monkey is more than 350, then only the, what happened? I didn't run it, sorry. Now you'll see that won't jump. So if it's more than 350, then only this code will be red, otherwise it won't be red. Okay, so now it is less than 350, that's the reason I'm able to jump. But then after it crosses 350, will not be able to make it jump. Okay, this is how you make a, like you can say, a wall, so that it doesn't go over, but it's an invisible wall. Okay, now I've created the ground. Now I'm going to use the ground. Monkey.velocity y equals to monkey.velocity y plus 0.3. So that means this is like adding the gravity. Okay, so this is like adding the gravity. It's very important to add the gravity, because if you don't add it, let's see what will happen. It will just keep going. I left it but still going, it won't come back. Like gravity on our earth is very important. It's the same way for a game also. Gravity is important, so that it comes down. It's a force that makes the sprite come down. So this is how you do it. Monkey.velocity y equals to monkey.velocity y plus 0.3. So little bit of gravity. Okay, so now if you'll see, now if I make it jump, it will come back. That's the reason it's coming back. Okay, so it's important to add it. Next, monkey.collide ground. So monkey should collide with the ground. That means it's actually staying on the ground. So it should collide so that it doesn't go down. And the ground is actually covering the whole canvas. So that's the reason it won't go down. It's like adding a ground to it. Okay. So this is the syntax. Monkey.collide and then brackets ground. Okay, or whichever variable you chose, like floor or anything. So this is how you add collide it. Now ground.velocity x equals to -7. Ground.x equals to ground.width by 2. That means that the ground's velocity, I've added a velocity to the ground, because this is just a sprite. This just a like a plain gray one, you'll not be able to see the ground moving. So this actually is moving, and whenever the ground is going out of the screen, so then a new ground is getting added. Okay, so ground.x equals to ground.width by 2. Okay, next we go with the fruits. First, let's go into the functions of fruit, and then we'll be applying it over here. So first we'll read these. I made a function for fruits, which is banana. Banana equals to create sprite. I've already like I've already made a variable, so I don't need to write where banana. Banana equals to create sprite 370 comma math dot round random 170 comma 230, and then 10 comma 10, the same thing. So banana equals to create sprite, we are creating the sprite, and the um, exposition of the sprite is the same because it has a velocity. So it I want it to come from the real back. I want it to come from like the very end. So that's the reason I kept the exposition of the bananas 670, and as you can see my canvas is also 670. I'll show you. Yeah, so that's the reason I wanted to come from the very right. Okay, so it should come from the very start. And mat dot round random 170 comma 230. So this is the y position. I wanted it the y position to be random. It should come little up, little down in the middle. So I want it like that. So that's the reason mat dot round, and they have already told in the specific task to complete that we have to make like from random positions. Okay, so I've created the random positions. It should be from 170 comma 230. So the computer itself will generate a number from 170 to 230, and then it will apply it as the y position of the sprite. Okay, and 10 comma 10 is what I actually write in default. Okay, then banana dot add image banana image. So we have already loaded the image banana image, so that's the reason now I'm like calling it. Okay, now banana dot scale equals to 0.1. The banana is also really big, that's the reason we have to scale it. Banana dot velocity x equals to -3. That means I'm adding the velocity to the banana. Now as I told you, the exposition, it should come from the right. So now it will move like this. So you can see that I've added the velocity, so it will move from the right to left. Okay, food group dot add banana. So what does this mean? That we have already made a group, right? Food group equal to new group. Okay, so now I'm calling like I'm keeping the banana inside the food group. So there will be many bananas. Each banana we cannot call like banana 1 equals to like is touching. If banana 1 is touching monkey, banana 2, there'll be like hundreds of bananas if you just keep it going. So that's the reason we have to make it into a group, so that in common we can add like instructions to it. Okay, now function stones, same thing, it's almost the same. So the stones I didn't want it to come like in the sky. It like stones always go on the ground, so that's the reason I've added fixed positions to the stones, the obstacles. So the function I've named it as stones, and the the stone's name is actually obstacle, which I have made. And obstacle equal to create sprite 670 is the exposition, which is the very bottom. 380 is like it starts from the middle. No, yeah, so that's what I've added, and 10 comma 10. Okay, so obstacle dot add image obstacle image. So we are adding the obstacle image, like we are adding the obstacle, so we are calling it. So obstacle dot add image obstacle image, we are adding the image. And next, obstacle dot velocity x equals to -4. So we are keeping a velocity to the stones. Okay, next, obstacle dot scale equals to 0.2. We are scaling it. So the obstacles are little faster than bananas actually. So you'll see that the bananas are little slow and the obstacles are little faster, because I've added -4 as the velocity x for the obstacles and -3. So 3 is a little less than 4. Okay, we are not going into maths because minus means it's going from the right to left. In actual maths, -4 is less than -3, but this is coding. So minus means it's coming from the right to left, and 4 is little faster, so it's the speed. Okay, now if you just add 4, then what will happen is that you'll not be able to even see the stones because they are coming right into the screen and then directly going to the right, so you'll not be even able to see the obstacles. That's the reason you have to add -4 as the velocity. Obstacle dot scale equals to 0.2, so we are scaling it, and then we are adding the obstacle in the obstacle group. Same thing, my obstacle group, like the group for the obstacles is called obstacle group, which I have made. You can name it anything, the stones group or anything you want, enemy group. Now so if world dot frame count modulus, this symbol is modulus 200, then 3 equals to 0. That means after every 200 frame counts, so 200 divided by, you could say divided by 200 is 0, right? That's the reason every 200 frame counts a fruit should be appeared. Okay, this should be implemented, the function fruits should be implemented. And what is in function fruit? That you shall create a sprite, add image, make velocity, so it will automatically look like a fruit is coming. Okay, next, if world dot frame count, then for like fruits come more often than the stones, because I have added 300, so it comes little less often, but the fruits come really often. So now if I keep 100 or let's say 10, then you'll see fruits like coming constantly. See, but it looks little clumsy, so that's the reason 200. Now lastly, if monkey dot is touching fruit group, then food group equals dot destroy each. That means that particular fruit will be destroyed, which is getting touched by the monkey, and score equals to score plus 1. So we are adding one score to the regular score. The before, what was the score? So what was the score before? It was 1. So score plus 1 is 2. And then the score is changed to 2. Now this will be 2. This number will be 2. And 2 plus 1 is 3. So whenever you touch, then it will come 3. As like it automatically means that whenever the monkey touches the fruit, then one point will be increased. Next, lastly, draw sprites, and then after draw sprites, I have given fill white. I wanted the score to be white, and then score colon and little gap, because if I don't keep this gap, you'll see what will happen. So it's like literally sticking to it. Now if I add a little gap, you'll see a little gap is there. I wanted like this would be perfect, I thought. So that's the reason I have added little gap, so that has little plus score. So whatever the score is, that will be written over here. And 500 comma 50, this is the place. 500 comma 50 is the place I have chosen to keep the score. Same goes to survival time. Fill black. Black should be the survival. The text should be black for the survival time. Survival time equals to math dot round frame count divided by frame rate. So this is how you calculate the survival time. So frame count divided by frame rate, and then you add a bracket open, bracket close. This is the syntax for making the survival time. And then now we'll make it right. So without this, it will just calculate the survival time, but you will be never able to see it. So we have to add this text and then survival time colon and little gap and the survival time. So my variable is survival time, so that's the reason I have kept the same variable, and 350 comma 50. So this was the project, and it was a pretty easy project, but it was a little long. So this is a very nice project, and it uses many concepts that we have already learned. So, and if you like this video, please like, share and subscribe. And one more thing, thank you so much for the 150 subscribers. Thank you. And please turn on the notifications bell and comment any doubts you have. Okay, I will try to resolve them. Okay, bye.